Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what we have in here is Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, developed by Konami and using the Fox engine, the same engine behind Metal Gear Solid. So for the settings, what I do recommend you to go it is to use just the low preset, which applies pretty much the low settings with the 80% resolution scaling. So looking to the requirements, you'll see that this game asks for the GTX 670, which is superior to the MX130, and they also ask for an i5 CPU from the 3000 generation and 4 gigs of RAM. They say that this is for 720p. But so I decided to test the game without recording, and this is the results that I got throughout the gameplay. So during the cutscenes it was quite variable, so the cutscenes were varying between 20 to 70 frames per second, although during the gameplay the frame rate never was below 60 frames per second with these settings, it was always hovering between 60 to 90 frames per second. My honest recommendation for you, it is before entering into the game, there is a settings menu. I do recommend you to apply VSync for this game, which makes the stuff a little bit more smoother, and for the laptop it makes the things more cool and quiet. Alright, and what happens really is that I do recommend you to lock the frame rate during the cutscenes or during the replays at 30 frames per second, since most of the time these are non-playable actions, so having 30 or 60 frames per second for you will be equal. Of course, the smoothness it is different, but you won't be playing during these events, so 30 frames per second it is more than enough, and also these events are usually much more demanding. And during the gameplay, just apply the lock to 60 frames per second. Because this is quite important, the things will be very smooth nonetheless, despite you are not getting, for example, 90 frames per second or something like that. The thing it will look more smoother because during the camera pans it will not tear, alright? Everything will be synced with your screen of your laptop and everything will feel just right, just like you will see during this video. Alright, so this is the performance that you can expect in Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. As you can see, 60 frames per second lockdown, no drops whatsoever in here, just very playable with respectable temperatures between 70 degrees and 80, which for a laptop this is quite regular if you ask me. And that's about it. Alright, 60 frames per second, cutscenes at 30s with drops, this is what you can expect. It is fully playable at 720p low settings using 80% of resolution scaling. So that's all that I want to talk about Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video. What happens really is that I'm not really good at football games and I just got, sorry for the word, rapes against the CPU. This was pretty bad. So in case you want to keep enjoying this beating that I took, hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Nelson Semedo. And the weighted pass.
Timely intervention.
Aubameyang. Hector Bellerin has come steaming up from the back for this.
It's has a pop! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work though.
Messi. And here's Griezmann. Saka. Good challenge, he just stood firm. And it's Ozil. Ozil proving impossible to wrestle off the ball. Shot a goal! Well, now would certainly liven things up. He'll hit it! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Massive leap! Goal!
Well, players of his stature just live for moments like that. Another really important contribution as we near half-time, and it can make such an impact on each mindset.
Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Gendouzi. Mesut Ozil. That intervention was very necessary. Just brushed off the ball there. And Aubameyang! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Aubameyang simply...
There's the whistle for half-time. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Already up and running for the second half.
Arsenal need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
And here's Dembele. Lovely feet. Aimed in towards the centre. And out it comes again. Saka. Piqué, a scorer already in the game. What an adventurous run from a defender. Towering header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Now that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
Griezmann, he's off on going for goal! No mistake! And this is getting better and better. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, none of us were exactly sure how that was going to end up then, but I'm delighted to see such a happy ending after such a splendid dribbling run. I mean, he really did fool that defence into wondering what he was going to do next.
Barcelona grab a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Mesut Ozil. Forward it goes. And it's Rakitic. Nicely measured pass. Griezmann! He's pulled off a fine save.
Griezmann sparked a tremendous stop there, and I think it's fair to add, he just wasn't expecting it.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Oh no, it's an own goal!
Oh, That's an unusual turn of events, and it was an honest attempt to help out, and I suppose it can happen to anyone.
Barcelona got some help from Lady Luck there. They all count. Jordi Alba does well there. Alert. Dembele. Rakitic.
Arsenal don't appear to have what it takes to get back into this one, but they do have what it takes to show enough pride and passion to appear to the fans that they care.
Messi. Real chance!
Again, let me mention what a wonderful stop the goalkeeper pulled off there. Really wonderful.
And he's there to hoof it away. Arsenal are making a change now. It's wrestled off the ball. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And time is up. Arsenal had no answer, second best in every department and correspondingly well beaten. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, it was engaging, if not an edge of your seat encounter, and importantly, it offered the right result.